Welcome everybody to the new review coming out of Chi-Town about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I am one of your hosts, Demetrius, aka B Fella.
And I will. Y'all follow me on Will Source World.
Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube.
My YouTube is D Fella, DFELLA 504, and you'll see I don't have many subscribers and I don't really give a damn. Now, I did a personal review earlier today, which was just myself. So now this is my second review. So what we're gonna do is this: if you haven't seen the movie by now, today is Saturday. We will be putting spoilers out here. You can be mad, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it, and it's just all what matters.
Yep.
So, you know, maybe you need to get your money right. I don't know. But anyway, so we're gonna hit you with this. Okay, we're gonna the movie is getting plenty negative reviews. You know what I'm saying? Due to the critics out there. You know what I'm saying? Who just mad that these comic related movies are pretty much shitting on everything else comes out of Hollywood, pretty much. So guess they're not making no money. Anyhow, so back to what we on. In my earlier review, I said, you know, some people shouldn't listen to critics. You go see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then you take your own opinion up out of the movie. You know how you would like it. So we gonna first hit y'all with the first hour, 15 minutes tops of the movie was an introduction. So it seemed pretty long, but it was an introduction to the new Batman. We have to get y'all out of the Nolan's Batman because we are introducing the new Batman. That's why it seems more like a Batman movie featuring Superman, you know. So get that through y'all heads, you know what I'm saying? We got to introduce the new Bruce Wayne, the new Batman, who's seasoned, who's finna be Batman for the next movies here forth. So, you know, so that was the setup. Then we got a glimpse of Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really an introduction. It's as if she's already been there. We should get her own movie and we'll do a review on that next summer, whenever that comes out. So, but that's what kind of when you hear some of the negative reviews about a slow drag, and then you hear people saying that they missed them on key points with the story. Well, like I said earlier, that goes to show who's really in the movies paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the introduction to the new Batman was good.
Yeah. Actually, it was pretty good. It's, you know, like Dee said, it's going to kind of drag like a, you know, kind of slow. But I mean, all movies initially when they start off, it's going to kind of drag. Especially if you do like when you go back into those pop kind of, you know, intros, because they kind of did like the flashback with his mother and, you know, his father, you know, dying. Of course, we all seen it 100 times by now, and animated and also in movies though. But a lot of times, you know, I like how Zack Snyder done it. He done it quick and out of there, and we on to something else. You know, he let it drag on. It's probably like what, about a 5-minute like little thing.
Yeah, pretty much the whole credit of the name introduction, which is real smooth. You know, like I said, we've seen it before. We know what it is. We know what happened with his mother and his father, why he on the path that he on. You know, but this Batman is it's a darker Batman.
Yeah, right.
Though not to confuse some of you fanboy people with the Frank Miller Batman. He's not Frank Miller Batman. This is not the Dark Knight Returns. He said he is taking elements from that. Elements meaning putting in, no, this Batman is kind of like that Batman, where he to the point where I'm tired of playing with the criminals and they going to jail, getting out, and I started just killing these motherfuckers, you know.
And that's one of the things we always have talked about, you know. With comic guys, I know, especially comic fanboys, they hate the change thing, you know, and in order to make a character better, like we always talked about, sometimes you have to go through evolution, hence that's why Marvel did their reboots, DC did their 52 reboot, and now I think they even talking about doing another reboot,
Exactly.
you know, rather just riding out with what you did, you know.
Exactly.
And some fanboys, they don't like how they want a character to stay the same, but you got to also remember, as, like, this is not the Batman when I first started, you know, reading them back in the 80s and maybe like the old back issues of the 70s and 60s, which was horrible. You know, this is a whole different Batman, you know, and a Batman in this world, you know, because we even went over this before with the, remember there was complaining and bitching about the Hummer. You know, I mean the Tumbler when it first came out. Everybody was stuck on that Michael Keaton, Batmobile.
Yeah.
And in this world, the practicality of that thing working is horrible. It just won't work.
Slim enough.
Right.
It's not gonna work. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And the Hummer is more like something, in this day and time that would probably work. So
Yeah.
the same thing applies to a Batman. This right here is a different type of Batman that I never really followed that Batman, I don't kill kind of thing. Yeah, true enough, I don't think Batman should be that kind of character that just goes in to kill. But he will if you put him up against a wall where he have no choice. I like a Batman like that. I like a Superman like that. I don't want no Superman Boy Scout anymore. I want a hero that's more practical in our time.
A hero that's up with what's happening in the world.
Right.
Like I read a comment that a guy said, well, if this Batman is so vengeful and so much of a killer, why didn't he kill the Joker? You know what I'm saying? That the Joker's gonna be in Suicide Squad. Well, to you, if you watch it, the thing is this: it's not like you know where this motherfucker lives.
Right.
Okay, let's just be fair. That sums your question. Do he Batman know where he lives and knock on his fucking door and say, "I'm finna kill you"?
Right.
Come on, man, you're a dick.
Right.
But to what I'm saying is this: this Batman is so different from anything we ever seen on the big screen. I mean, he's definitely better than all the Batmans before him. It's just the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the fight sequences with Batman was just phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Choreographed very well. You know what I'm saying? And the voice thing. And people say, oh man, they doing the voices.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm talking to you in my Demetrius voice, and hey, how you doing, man? Anything, or what's up with you? You know, and I put on the damn bat suit, and I say, hey man, hey, come here, what you doing? You gonna say Demetrius?
Yeah, right.
Motherfucker, his voice needs to be changed. You have to. What's wrong with y'all?
Right, and then you think somebody gonna do that raspy voice thing
Exactly.
and what throw your vocal cords off and everything. I mean, you gotta look. I know it baffles me sometimes when I listen to some of these guys. Like, in a modern type crime fighting type world, that voice manipulator is. I mean, that's. I don't know why someone didn't come up with this sooner.
A long while ago.
Right, because the
Hats off to them.
as toys, we have seen that little voice thing. That's an old toy, and I just couldn't understand why nobody come up that Christian Bale screaming out the top, and all that and everything. I didn't really like it that much. I wasn't a big fan of it because I feel the practicality of it, always him having that voice, it's not going to work all the time. I mean, it's going to come times where he will, You got to look at the elements, you have the cold. I mean, anything.
Anything
Right.
that's into the human trait that if you're sick, you can't talk like that.
Right,
Your
right.
regular voice is going to come out. But I get hats off to Zack Snyder for doing the voice box thing. And it worked, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you knew the difference in the voices of Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So back to what we're saying about Batman, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this Batman has been seasoned. In the movie we saw in the early beginnings, he looked at the suit, he looked at the Robin suit. For those of y'all who probably wondering which Robin suit that is, and we're not going to jump from talking about it could be Tim Drake or Richard Grayson. It's Jason Todd, okay?
Right.
I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. It's Jason Todd.
Right.
Period. So, and him looking at that with the ha-ha, on that joking, exactly. I loved it.
Right.
I loved that. You know what I'm saying? And because it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because we already have hint of who Nightwing is, and Nightwing, y'all who follow me know about what Nightwing is, Agent 37 that's happening right now.
Right.
So when Suicide Squad come out and Agent 37, yes, that's Dick Grayson for all y'all who doesn't know. Spoiler alerts. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Shut him. But anyway, so now we going to the there was no point in introducing Superman already because Man of Steel had already came out.
Right.
So what's the point in introducing the Superman? We already knew who he was.
Right.
So the thing was introducing the new Batman.
Right.
That's who we introducing. But everybody is so caught up into I don't know what did y'all want?
Right.
Y'all want the movie to kick off and Don't nobody know shit about Ben Affleck's Batman, but he just come drop out the goddamn sky and they just start fighting.
Right.
You have to set up a story to make them have to fight, which was fucking perfect to me.
Right.
The way Lex did that, you know what I'm saying, and hit on that. We gonna hit on how we felt about character performances in a little bit too. But right now we still talking about this introduction to the new Batman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, which is pretty much the setup. Like I said, no, we don't know who Wonder Woman is, but we knew she was gonna be up in this movie, and I kind of like that the fact it was a little mystery with her when she came in, and you know, and she looking at him, and then she took the little, you know, his little box and shit and everything. I think I liked that, you know, than having her be somebody sitting at a table and we see her corporate her or whatever the fuck they're gonna do with her.
Right.
You know, so I kind of like the mystery in that.
Right. They did a perfect job with yeah, true enough. A lot of people they complained about she didn't really have no lines though, but this is just the introduction to her. So this was really Batman's movie, and that's what because with her it was fine. Yeah, they probably could have gave her a few more lines and everything, but then I guess when it was at the ball, I mean, how much more can she say anyway?
Exactly.
You know, so I thought, just like you said, the mystery thing, I was fine with that, you know, because it made me, you know, want to, you know, pay attention and learn more about her. And for that matter, even find out, you know, like give us geeked up for whenever her movie comes out. Like
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it was a setup for this movie, honestly. Was the setup for the new Batman and the introduction of Wonder Woman, who's never been seen on screen. But I see some of y'all miss that. All you good critics and people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it goes to some who fuck knows what. Okay, we gonna go into our actors. Like we just said, I honestly had my doubt about Ben Affleck. I did after the old Daredevil thing and. Felt like he didn't. Think he did a good Daredevil. His Matt Murdock sucked. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want this guy in was playing another one of my favorite heroes.
Right.
You know, so, but I have to give it to him.
Right. Definitely.
He put in the work.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
He put in the work. He put in the work physically, mentally, emotionally. He put in the work, and goddamn it, he gets nothing but thumbs up praise from me. He probably is. Without a doubt, the best Batman I've seen on screen.
Right. Because like Christian Bale, we always will say that he played a very good Batman. You know, his Bruce Wayne was just kind of iffy. You know, to me personally, some of the scenes, and it may not have been per se on him. It may have been like Nolan. They portrayed Bruce Wayne more like he was kind of reckless and like a goofball. You know, like with the fountain thing they showed, and you know. Bruce Wayne was more of just a playboy. He was a pretty serious anyway. He never was really a goof around or a goofball type of character.
No.
And that's why I never was really happy with his Bruce Wayne, because if he wasn't doing anything with the girls, he was doing like a thing like he was all getting off like a hangover, falling asleep on a chair. You know, a few scenes with the Nolan Batman, but how Affleck came in there, and I feel he nailed the part of how Bruce Wayne, you know, would act or how he should act.
And Jeremy Irons did probably one of the best Alfreds ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds like to some of y'all we are like dick riding right now, but it's obviously y'all know y'all actors and you don't know shit about movies.
Right.
So we trying to help y'all out.
Right.
Jeremy Irons, Alfred, was the best Alfred you could see. Alfred was always engaged in things.
Right.
We never got that out of none of the other movies. We got something close to Nolan, but we got more of it during as it's talk.
Right.
More than action. This Alfred was in there, inventing the stuff and connecting things.
Hands-on.
He was the Alfred from the comic book world that we know.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, sleeper part, he gets that.
Right.
Best sleeper part, man, because this Alfred was just off the chain. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and just like what Dia said, you know, like we never had an Alfred like that. I think the closest, like you said, like the Nolan, like a little bit we had with that Alfred. The Gotham TV series, that Alfred tends to be more.
Yes, more of the Alfred from this film.
Right, and he's a kick-ass. You know, it shows like. You know, that, you know, he was in the Royal Marines or something, and it shows that he's more than just a butler, you know, which I never really liked. I mean, this is not the Batman that the 66 Adam West Alfred,
exactly.
you know.
We just answering phones and
Right.
Sir,
and
you
bringing
have a
cheese
phone.
sandwiches to him. You
no,
know, so.
no. This Alfred is in it.
Right.
You know, so thumbs up to Jeremy Irons
Right, for that,
on his
yeah.
Alfred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the sarcastic tones.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
that's
back
how
and forth thing,
that's
yeah.
how he is
Right.
towards him.
Right.
It's not always Master Bruce this or Master.
Yeah.
No, he sometimes want to tell him he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, don't do that. This that he's more of a militant father type.
Right. Because it was like even seemed like when he was doing the voice. He was testing the voice changer on his voice. He said there's nothing wrong with this, and he threw it down. You know, 'cause I guess maybe he complained something was wrong with it, and I guess he tested it. So it was more like you know what you're talking about.
And I love the scene when he said maybe you'll find a girl in Metropolis or maybe lack of trying, and he drunk some booze. And there wasn't tea.
Right.
It was double liquor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was thumbs up on Alfred. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into Lex Luthor, played by. I really wasn't with this pick.
Yeah.
I am still kind of. I'm gonna consider him a younger, early 30s Lex, not
Right.
ready for. He's not what he's in development to become the Lex of what we know of corporate Lex, then become President Luthor.
Right.
But Jesse Eisenberg did a pretty good job, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because you can tell he's going to go through a transformation. And I think the transformation he's going to go through, we'll probably see in Man of Steel 2. So look for that, and I think that's when his development going to
Yeah.
kind of going to prison and everything that just
Right.
happened
Yeah, a
to
lot
him
more. Yes.
in his movie.
Right.
It's going to make him get on his psychological, he's going to get on his game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
he's going to know not to be fucked with, not going to leave no traces of shit that happened, how he ended up just getting this shit going to jail
Right.
towards the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, we don't
Right.
care.
Right. Because most times we have always talked about we tend to get tired of seeing the same old thing, the same old Lex, the same old Batman, you know, the same old Superman. We want, far as like a comic guy, you know, with some of us we lack, and I guess maybe we need to kind of reflect on. We got to also open our minds to kind of grow with the character and allow the character to move on, to move on to another character. Because you got to look at it. This, like 10 years from now, this is not going to be your Batman, or 20 years from now, it's not going to be your Batman. It's going to be like your sons or your grandson's Batman, and it's just he's going through a change, a metamorphosis. He's just moving on to another character, and surprisingly, really, because I thought I was like, looking back on it, I thought I was that kind of guy that won't change in comic characters.
Oh, yeah.
But I think when Marvel first went through that I think the first time I really kind of accepted it better than I thought I would when they rebooted Spider-Man. And that's when I had, realized that I can't have the same Spider-Man that I grew up with,
Exactly.
It was time for a different kind of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the pivotal point, I think, when I sort of just said, well, I want to see changes in all the characters,
Mm-hmm.
So, I see nothing wrong with it.
I mean, to jump subject, like I like the fact that change is good for some characters and sometimes change is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, we talked about Iron Man
Right.
and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how they just, just fucking goofy.
Yeah. Marvel did
He's
too.
more of a sarcastic
Right.
goofball, but everybody seems to love it. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what, maybe he's a little goofy and all, but I don't know.
But that's what some of the stuff that we had talked about before, how Marvel,
Yeah,
with that Disney takeover thing,
yeah.
they made Iron Man 2 family friendly. And when they took the arc reactor, because we had a problem with they took the arc reactor out of his chest, that defined Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the weird thing about it. When we was watching the Avengers, I paid no attention until it wasn't there anymore. I literally forgot all about it.
Oh, well, I definitely did. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I had an eye for that thing. But
Yeah.
we that's a subject we're going to touch on when we can do our Avengers review, even though we know it's been out already, which we don't give a fuck. That's the difference.
Right.
So, but you know what I'm saying? We go to Wonder Woman. I think the costume was pretty well warrior looked.
Right.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
She's very fine. You know what I'm saying? She nailed it. I gotta give it to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I was all against her. I was slandering her ass
I was
for 2 years. I can't even lie. Thumbs up, woman. You did your job. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because we just kind of went on her history, which she had very little. You know,
Look, exactly.
the Fast and the Furious, and then even then she didn't really have no real.
It's like she really was an unproven actress. Nobody
Right.
really know what the fuck she can.
Right.
What was she able to do? But so now she got the opportunity with this movie, which is doing very well at numbers at the box office. So her movie is gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be good. I like the fact that everybody and these critics had speculation of this. She